a large-scale trans rights protest in central London, sparked by a controversial Supreme Court ruling on the legal definition of a woman, was overshadowed by acts of vandalism and reported crimes. The emergency demonstration in Parliament Square, which drew an estimated 20,000 activists, saw significant damage to public monuments, prompting police investigations and public outcry. At least 7 statues in and around Parliament Square were vandalised during the rally. The statue of suffragist Millicent Fawcett was defaced with graffiti, including a derogatory phrase and a heart chalked onto her banner. A memorial to Jan Christian Smuts was spray-painted with the slogan, "Trans rights are human rights," on its pedestal. Chief Superintendent Stuart Bell of the Metropolitan Police condemned the vandalism as completely unacceptable, noting that damage extended to other nearby properties. The police are actively investigating and seeking witnesses to identify those responsible. While the protest was largely peaceful, the vandalism has fueled debate about the demonstration's conduct. Organisers, including Trans Kids Deserve Better and Transactual, have not publicly addressed the defacement, focusing instead on their criticism of the Supreme Court ruling, which allows transgender women with gender recognition certificates to be excluded from single-sex spaces if proportionate. The Metropolitan Police continue to review footage and gather evidence, but no further details on potential charges or suspects have been released. The Met's Chief Superintendent, Stuart Bell, who was leading the policing operation for the protest, said, "It is very disappointing to see damage to 7 statues and property in the vicinity of the protest today. We support the public's right to protest, but criminality like this is completely unacceptable. We are now investigating this criminal damage and urge anyone with any information to come forward." Parliament Square is home to 12 statues of political figures, including Winston Churchill, Abraham Lincoln and Mahatma Gandhi. A spokesperson for the Rail, Maritime and Transport Union, RMT, who were named among the protest's supporters, said, "We have not authorised the use of our logo on any materials relating to this demonstration, and we have not taken any position on this event." RMT supports the Equality Act, which provides protections for women and trans people facing discrimination, and we have a proud history of fighting all forms of oppression, both in Britain and internationally. Clean-up efforts for the defaced statues are underway, though no timeline or cost estimates have been publicised. Similar protests occurred in Edinburgh and other UK cities, but no reports of vandalism have emerged from those locations. Further demonstrations are planned across the UK in the coming weeks, raising concerns about potential repeat incidents. Social media posts on X reflected public frustration, with users calling for organisers to cover clean-up costs and for arrests of those involved, though no arrests have been reported as of now. One user suggested that holding organisers financially accountable could deter future vandalism. The incidents have intensified tensions surrounding the trans rights debate, with some arguing the vandalism undermines the protest's message, while others see it as an expression of frustration against perceived systemic exclusion. As investigations proceed, the damaged monuments stand as a contentious symbol of the day's unrest.